What if everything you think you know about Japan is only half true? You might bow the wrong way. You might hand money the wrong way. You might think you're being respectful and actually offend someone. Japan isn't just a country of beautiful temples, neon streets, and perfect trains. It's a culture shaped by centuries of subtle, unspoken social rules, traditions layered so deeply that even locals sometimes forget their own origins. And when tourists arrive with good intentions but little context, they get it wrong, terribly wrong. Today we're counting down the 10 Japanese traditions travelers most often misunderstand, and the surprising reasons behind each one. These 10 traditions aren't just customs, they're clues to why Japan feels so different from anywhere else in the world. Some of these will surprise you. One of them might make you rethink your entire trip. And the last one, it's something almost everyone gets wrong. 10. Bowing. Bowing is just a polite gesture, but what tourists get wrong is the types, depth, and context of bows. In Japan, a bow isn't one thing, it's a language. There's the casual nod between friends, a deeper 30-degree bow for service workers, and the formal 45-degree bow is reserved for deep respect or for apology. Tourists often bow the wrong way because they assume more equals better. They lean in too deeply or hold a bow too long, and it sends the wrong signal. A bow isn't about how much you bend, it's about why. React to the situation, match the energy. That's respect. And it gets even more complicated when business etiquette enters the picture. But bowing is the polite version of Japanese culture. The next mistake tourists make is considered genuinely offensive. 9. Silence isn't awkward. In many Western cultures, silence is uncomfortable. In Japan, silence can mean respect. At dinner, tourists often try to fill the space. They joke, they chat constantly, they talk through pauses. But in Japan, silence signals comfort. It means the food deserves attention. It means the moment doesn't need noise, especially during traditional experiences like kaiseki or tea ceremonies. Talking too much disrupts the flow. And that leads to something even more misunderstood. Because it's not just about silence, it's about performance. 8. The tea ceremony isn't about tea. Tourists go expecting flavor. They leave confused. The Japanese tea ceremony isn't a beverage experience. It's choreography. Every movement is intentional. Every turn of the bowl has meaning. Even how you sit matters. Slurping the tea is correct. Complaining about bitterness is not. And here's what most visitors don't realize. You are not there to enjoy it like coffee. You are there to participate in ritual. But rituals in Japan extend far beyond tea. In fact, one everyday action tourists think is polite is actually disruptive. Number 7. Pouring your own drink is rude. This shocks people. In Japan, especially in traditional or business settings, you do not pour your own drink. You pour for others, and they pour for you. It's mutual awareness. Tourists often grab the bottle and refill their own glass. Harmless? Maybe. But that subtly breaks the rhythm of shared hospitality. It signals independence in a culture built on group harmony. That idea, group harmony, explains something tourists misunderstand constantly, especially in public. 6. Public behavior is self-control, not fear. Visitors often say, everyone is so quiet on the train. It feels strict. It feels robotic. But it is not fear. It is social discipline. Phones on silent, no loud conversations, no eating strong-smelling food. It is not written law, it is an invisible agreement. When tourists break it by playing videos loudly, making loud phone calls, or laughing loudly, it does not cause confrontation. It causes discomfort, which is worse in Japan. 5. Tatemae versus hone, the mask you don't see. This is where it gets serious. Tatemae means public face. Hone means true feelings. In Japan, people often prioritize harmony over direct honesty. Tourists mistake politeness for friendship. They think a kind interaction means connection, but many times it simply means smooth social function. That doesn't make it fake, it makes it structured. And if you don't understand that structure, you misread everything. But nothing is misread more by visitors than this next one. 4. Slurping is polite. In many cultures, slurping noodles is rude. In Japan, it is a sign of appreciation. That is especially true with ramen and soba. It shows enjoyment, it cools the noodles, it signals gratitude. But here's the twist. While slurping noodles is encouraged, this next tradition often confuses visitors, and that leads to something even more surprising. Number 3. Eating while walking is disrespectful. You see street food, you start walking, it seems normal. In Japan, especially outside festival settings, eating while walking is often frowned upon. It is about cleanliness, order, and not disrupting shared space. If you buy something from a stall, eat near the stall and dispose of trash properly. Do not wander around with food, a small detail, but a big signal. Now we are entering the final 2. These are the ones most travelers never anticipate. Number 2, shrines aren't tourist attractions. You take photos, you wander in, you treat it like architecture. But shrines and temples are living spiritual spaces. Before entering a shrine, bow slightly. Purify your hands at the basin. Approach respectfully. And here's what most tourists skip. The pause. The awareness that you are entering sacred ground. It is not about religion. It is about humility. It is about respect. And the final one? This is the one almost everyone gets wrong. The mistake tourists who visit to see the historical sites, try the viral food, and come to experience one of the most unique places in the world always seem to misunderstand. You don't act Japanese, you act considerate. This is the biggest mistake. Tourists try to imitate Japan. They overbow. They overperform politeness. They try to blend in artificially. But Japanese culture doesn't expect imitation. It expects awareness. Remove your shoes when appropriate. Be quiet in shared spaces. Follow subtle cues. The tradition isn't about copying behavior. It's about reading the room. And that's the hidden layer of Japan. Not the surface, not the stereotypes, but the silent systems underneath. The systems that those who really want to learn the culture come to understand. Japan is more than a place you visit. It's a culture that rewards observation, intention, and humility. When visitors learn these traditions the right way, they don't just avoid awkward moments, they unlock deeper connection. That's the difference between seeing Japan and understanding it. Because the real Japan isn't loud, it's subtle. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. If this changed how you see Japan, there's a deeper layer we explore on this channel. The hidden etiquette, rare experiences, and cultural stories most visitors never hear about. Like this video, and subscribe so you do not miss the next one. If you want the full guide to navigating Japan properly, including unknown local spots, invite-only experiences, and hard-to-understand cultural practices, you can find Ura Japan, the quiet guide in the link below. Also, reach out via the email in the bio for custom itineraries and private guides for your next trip to Japan.